Yo, I'm Brendan, and I'm sorry that I missed an October and November dividend update until now. So we're going to go over the last 2 months of what exactly my Robinhood dividend portfolio has been paying me. It's about $35,000 of account value. So this is a realistic amount of dividends that if you are going to invest in dividends, you could kind of expect to have these results. I kind of wince when I say that because I'm not promising you any kind of results. There's no way that you can for sure get exactly the same results that I'm getting because the future is different than now. But I want to be transparent with you and show you what it looks like for me to have this account, what kind of dividends I'm getting, what that actual rate of return is, and maybe that can help you along your journey of deciding if you want to dividend invest or not. The first thing we'll start off with in October is the amount of money that I actually put into this account. New money going in here that's not dividends or growth or anything like that. I haven't put any of my own personal money into it. I've only put in $10 from Robinhood referrals. So if you started a new Robinhood account by using my little referral link, you give me $5. I think you get $5 too. Thank you very much for that. I always get Coca-Cola stock with that because it's a dividend payer. So it kind of fits within the boundary of this portfolio. So I got 2 of those, $10 new went in here. Otherwise, here's all the dividends that I got for this month. Coca-Cola actually started paying me back. Been choosing it for a while now. We're finally getting dividends from Coke. JEPQ, JEPI, AGNC, these are kind of our normal monthly payers, if you will. And then all the other usual suspects down here, including SPHD with a big fat $45 dividend. For me, the goal with this portfolio is number 1, to stay entertained. Number 2, to be able to afford more burritos and race cars in my life, maybe take my wife out on a date, something like that. But I don't really do that with this money. I just leave it all in here and I set it to dividend reinvest so that these snowballs continue to grow and they get more and more and more over time. Maybe someday I'll take this income out and actually use it for something, but for right now, the money just stays in here, locked in a vacuum. So the total then for October was only a mediocre month, just under $100 in dividends. If I got that same rate of return that I got this month throughout the whole year, that'd be less than a 4% return. So nothing really to shake a stick at there. But granted, this is just dividends themselves. This isn't any kind of appreciation. This isn't the stock value going up. This is just the cash it's spitting off. Also, got a new mug. It's in my buddy's wedding. Check that out. Nice. Is it accurate or is it not accurate? So then if I kind of averaged out all of these monthly extrapolations that I turn into yearly returns, and I make that the average of all of those since I started dividend investing, then my average return of these yearly rates by month is 6.32%. Not amazing, but also not bad for just dividend investing. Historically, that's actually pretty good. You know, the S&P 500 on its own is only putting off like a 2.1% dividend. So I'm almost tripling that, which is pretty cool. But November is a more fun story to tell. So let's go down to November now. In November, I had 6 new people sign up for Robinhood accounts. So I got $30. Thank you very much for that. $30 more went into Coca-Cola stock. When I just realized I did some of this math wrong. Dang it, these were from December. Delete. Well, it's still a better total than it was in October, but it's not as good as I hoped it was. The total dividends I got in November were $117. So a full date night potentially paid for just by dividends. But again, I'm not taking that money out. I'm dividend reinvesting. I want this snowball to grow. You know, I think it'd be really fun if this account continued to grow and was putting off $500 a month in dividends. Because at that point, you're almost like getting a car payment. You know, what if like you had an investing account that was literally just buying you a new car all the time? Wouldn't be a super expensive car, wouldn't be a new Porsche, but could be something cheaper. You know, 25, 30 grand, or maybe it's paying for your lease, something like that. That math is fun to do. And then speaking of math for November, the yearly rate, if I got it at this current kind of monthly rate, if November was extrapolated out and I got that same return every month for a whole year, then my yearly return on this cash would be 4.71%. Again, nothing world changing, but also I'm intentionally not going into the riskiest kind of investments that are out there. You know, things like highly leveraged funds, yield max funds, these kinds of things that promise really insane returns and insane cash reward for you investing in it. To me, it's not worth crossing that line because I don't expect those things to create a good return over the course of time. To me, it's a little bit of a ticking time bomb. I don't know at what point the fund will stop producing, at what point the price appreciation, well, it's really the price depreciation is going to outweigh the benefit of that big kind of cash dividend that it's giving you. So to me, it's not even worth really considering. I don't think I know of a better way to get a consistent cash dividend than this. And, you know, it's not really cash. They're dividends. Cash and dividends are a very different thing when it comes to like taxes. But I think you know what I'm saying. You can get a better return than this doing other stuff, but can you get a better source of income, if you will? I don't know. I don't know a better way. But since these return numbers I've shown you so far are really just reflective of the dividends, what does the total return look like? Total return that you see like on the Robinhood home screen like this is dividends and appreciation of the price. So what does that look like? Screen record this. Oops, not flashlight. In the last week, it's been a little bit rough for me, down 1%. In the last month, down 0.6%, not the best. The last 3 months, up 2.7%. And then year to date with this account, I'm up 15.2%. So you can see that like compared to my kind of back of the napkin math here of this average of yearly rates by month that I've done for every month up to this point, the total appreciation of the account, the total value of the growth that I've seen is a lot better than just the dividends themselves. Typically, whenever we're dividend investing, we're not looking for this kind of thing. We're not looking for this much growth. We really are intentionally looking for a way to isolate a company that's going to pay a big, reliable, juicy dividend that isn't that hard for them to pay. Because, if they've got a payout ratio that's so extreme that it's like really just melting down this company to continue to pay its dividend, well, we're going to question the validity of what we expect for the future of that dividend to be delivered. It's like, can you guys keep doing this? Probably not. You're probably going to be drained dry like a vampire sucking your blood out to be paying this dividend for forever. And to me, that's like what I see in a yield max fund. I don't think that that's worth counting on because I think they're being bled dry by that massive return they're giving you. So it's that balance of who can continue to pay something that's attractive enough to invest in, who's not super crazy risky, somebody we can count on, a company we can count on, it's not a person, and do that sustainably over time. I'm not trying to get in and out of these investments every month or something like that. I pretty much buy them and hold them and forget that I ever had them. They're just there developing that income for me. And speaking of that kind of long-term perspective, I'm working on a video with, I think, 15 different stocks that have raised their dividend for the last 50 years. So if you're interested in watching that, then let me know in a comment if you want to see that video, because I think it could be interesting to make. I think that's an extraordinary feat for those companies to have that level of consistency. That's pretty crazy if you ask me. So I'm interested in making the video. Let me know if you're interested in seeing that video. Oh, I forgot to show you also the return of this account overall, in the last year. So last 1 year, it's up 17.5% almost. That's pretty awesome. And just so we're clear there about the buying power situation, my account on the outside screen here says 47,000. I said at the beginning of the video that I only have 35,000 or so invested. The reason that that discrepancy is there in those numbers is because I actually have 10,600 in cash plus $1,000 available in margin. And so that's the 11,600, almost 11,700 that's there in buying power. It's like money that I could invest if I wanted to. And so to get the actual amount that I have invested in this account, you would have to take out that 11,700 from this total. Hence the $35,000-ish number. Sorry, I should have clarified that earlier. We're coming up on 2 years of dividend investing here. Been 22 months. At the end of January, we'll have fully completed 2 entire years of dividend investing. So I'm excited to kind of make a follow-up report on that whenever that time comes. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. The secret comment word for today is mountains. And otherwise, I'll see you guys later. Bye.